Legislators online, can you hear us okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay.
Good evening once again. I would like to call this joint meeting of the Recreation and Education and Ways and Means Committees to order. The purpose of this joint meeting is to hold a public hearing on the 2026-2027 operating budget for Monroe Community College. We will then proceed with the agenda items that have been assigned to both the Recreation and Education Committee and the Ways and Means Committee. When the Recreation and Education Committee's items are finished, that committee will adjourn and we will complete the remainder of the Ways and Means Committee agenda.
Will the clerk please call the roll for the Recreation and Education Committee?
Ms. Bartholomew McCoy.
Here.
Ms. Bartholomew McCoy is present. Mr. Chardy. Ms. Delvecchio Hoffman.
Present.
Ms. Delvecchio Hoffman is present. Mr. Johns. Mr. Johns is present. Mr. Stefferson.
Here.
Mr. Stefferson is present. Mr. Sinclair.
Here.
Mr. Sinclair is present. Chairman Baines.
Here.
Chairman Baines is present.
Will the clerk please read the roll for the Ways and Means Committee?
Ms. Barnhart. Ms. Barnhart is present. Ms. Bartholomew McCoy.
Here.
Ms. Bartholomew McCoy is present. Mr. Baines.
Here.
Mr. Baines is present. Mr. Colby is excused. Mr. Dondorfer. Mr. Dondorfer is present. Mr. Keller. Mr. Keller is present. Chairman Mafucci.
Here.
Chairman Mafucci is present. Mr. McCabe. Mr. McCabe is present. Ms. Smith. Ms. Smith is present. Ms. Vasquez Simmons.
Here.
Ms. Vasquez Simmons is present. Mr. Udelson. Mr. Udelson is present.
Will Legislator McCabe please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, as a lifetime educator and a proud member of the MCC Board of Trustees, I want to welcome our flagship college's president, Dr. Deanna Bertnana, to the podium to bring any members of her team she'd like and present her budget to the Monroe County Legislature. It's good to see you. Welcome.
I was thinking I was going to take Chairman Baines on the road to do introductions for me. Good evening, Legislative President Roman. I think that's, there you are. And Chairman Mafucci, as well as Chairman Baines. To the members of the Ways and Means and Recreation and Education Committee, and to the administration of County Executive Bello. And I also recognize the trustees of the Board of Monroe Community College. Thank you for the opportunity to present MCC's fiscal year 2027 budget and for your continued partnership and support. My name is Dr. Deanna R. Bertnana, and I'm honored to serve as president of the Monroe Community College, also known as MCC. Since opening our doors in 1962, MCC has helped nearly 600,000 students achieve their educational goals and build brighter futures. For more than 60 years, Monroe County's investment in MCC has strengthened our community, expanded opportunity, and developed the workforce our region depends on. Today, MCC is delivering measurable results. Guided by our Vision 2027 strategic plan, we have reversed more than a decade of enrollment decline and achieved 5 consecutive years of enrollment growth. Last year alone, MCC served more than 23,500 students, and we expect this fall to serve over 24,000 students this year, right here in Monroe County. We also enrolled more students in the New York State's Free Community College Initiative, also called SUNY Reconnect, more than any other community college in the SUNY's system of 30 community colleges. That growth is translating into meaningful outcomes for Monroe County. This spring, more than 1,400 students earned degrees and certificates that prepared them for careers and continued education. Nearly 70% of those continuing their studies transfer to another SUNY or CUNY institution within our state, while 86% of employed career and certificate graduates work in Monroe County or in neighboring counties, contributing directly to our local and regional economy. Our impact extends far beyond graduating students. Our recent economic impact study found that MCC alone generated nearly $1 billion annually in regional income, $915 million to be exact, equivalent to supporting 1 out of every 70 local jobs. It can be directly linked back to MCC, while returning 180% for every single public dollar that is invested in our college. The budget before you reflects a $250,000 increase in the county's contribution, bringing Monroe County's investment to $21.8 million. We deeply appreciate the support because it allows MCC to continue serving while strengthening the region's economy and its workforce. One of the most exciting examples of that investment alone is the nearly $70 million CyberOptics Advanced Technology Center, which it will officially open next month on the Brighton campus of Monroe Community College. You're all invited. This transformative facility will prepare students for high-demand careers in advanced manufacturing, optics, automotive technology, heating, ventilation, air conditioning or HVAC, renewable energy, and other critical industries. It represents what can happen when government, education, industry, and philanthropy all come together around a shared single vision. The need for this work has never been greater. MCC's Optical Systems Technology Program, the first of its kind in the country, has experienced extraordinary growth over the past decade and now graduates with 100% job placement rate. Enrollment in our precision machining certificate has more than tripled for the last 5 years, and our health sciences programs continue to grow as demand for healthcare professionals increases. Across the board, MCC students are succeeding. According to SUNY data, nearly 88% of MCC graduates are employed in New York State within 1 year of graduation, with employment rates exceeding 90% in many high-demand fields, including engineering, healthcare, public safety, and advanced manufacturing. Affordability remains central to our mission. To preserve educational quality and student supports, we partnered with our Student Government Association, the SGA, on a modest tuition increase. Even with that adjustment, MCC remains among the most affordable colleges in the SUNY system, and 60% of our students graduate debt-free. Yet affordability is about more than tuition. Many of our students face challenges related to food insecurity, housing instability, childcare, and other basic needs. Through intentional investments and community partnerships, MCC has reduced food and housing insecurity, cut student homelessness nearly in half, and expanded access to critical supports. We are especially focused on student parents. By extending childcare hours at the Richard M. Guan Child Care Center and expanding access through our partnership with Volunteers of America, we are helping more students balance family responsibilities while pursuing their education. We are also addressing food insecurity through partnerships like Dwight, are doing what is good and right together, food pantry program with FoodLink and the free breakfast initiative, which provided nearly 7,300 meals to our students just this past year. These efforts reflect a simple truth. Student success requires investing in the whole student. While we are proud of our progress, we also face significant challenges. We are grateful to the New York State and our regional delegation for helping stabilize community college funding, and we also appreciate Monroe County's investment, which has increased by $2.4 million over the past 5 years, so thank you. However, ongoing uncertainty in state and federal funding, rising inflation, increasing operational costs, competitive workforce program pressures, and capital needs continue to create financial strain. This is why sustained, predictable investments from our government partners remains essential. MCC has demonstrated that we are strong stewards of public resources. We are growing enrollment, producing graduates, meeting workforce demands, supporting economic development, and creating opportunities for thousands of residents every year. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, the staff, and the students, thank you for your consideration of MCC's fiscal 2027 budget and for your continued partnership. Together, we are creating opportunities, strengthening our workforce, and my North Star for our college, catalyzing bright futures for our community and its people. So thank you. A more extensive version of this testimony was provided to you all, and my colleagues and I, which I'm being joined by our Vice President of our financial area, our Chief Financial Officer, Dr. Craig Ross, as well as our AVP of Budget, Mr. Dale Jacob Moore. And we're going to address any questions that you may have at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Burton. And I also want to acknowledge the chair of the MCC Board of Trustees who's here tonight, Alan Williams. Thank you for being here and for your service, Alan, for many years to MCC. Okay, all great teachers, and you are one. You like good questions, so let's have some. Who has a question for Dr. Burton Anna? Well, I have a comment, and that is that it's rarely happened to me when I'm done speaking that people say to me, I could listen to you forever. But I'll tell you, you are a great speaker. You give us so much data. We appreciate having your remarks in advance so we could review them. And I think you're going to find that this body, I'm predicting, will continue to be a very strong supporter of our flagship school, which is truly one of the great upward mobility infrastructure elements of our county. And we just absolutely are very proud of you and all you do, and even more proud of your students, because that's what it's all about. So thank you very much, Dr. Burton Anna.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Oh, we do have a question.
If I may, it's more of a statement. I'd just like to explain my vote. I would also like to echo the fact that not many people say what Legislator Bain said about speaking for hours on end. But part of the reason that we don't have any questions for you is because of your presentations and because of the data that you give us and the presentations that you make. And we are all very thankful for that. And obviously, we are a strong support and a strong yes. So thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your support.
Thank you. Right on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
We will now proceed to hold the public hearing on the approval of Monroe Community College's 2026-2027 operating budget.
Affidavits of publication and posting of the notice of the hearing in the Daily Record and the Rochester Business Journal have been received and are on file in the clerk's office.
Thank you. Is there anyone signed up to speak specifically in regards to the public hearing on the MCC budget?
No, there's not.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak in regards to the public hearing on the MCC budget? There being none, I declare the public hearing closed.
Thank you, Legislator Baines. Are there any speakers signed up to address either committee this evening?
Yes, there is. When I call your name, please come forward to the podium. You will have 2 minutes in which to address the committee. Also, please do not bring up any signs or props, do not single out any legislator individually, and please conclude when the buzzer sounds. Our first 2 speakers are Phyllis Wickerham and Jillian Evans.
Hello again, my name is Jillian Evans. I'm coming to speak to you tonight to ask your Means and Ways Committee to vote no to the Operation Stone Garden. I'm not only a community member I am not only coming as a community member, but I have also been working as a public servant for Child Protective Services for 20 years and helping the families in our community. At this time in our community, there are so many people that I come across that are terrified to leave their homes at this time, that CPS or our local police are going to collaborate with ICE, Customs, Border Patrol. Agreeing to this grant is not good for our community that we live in and the community I serve and that you serve. We already have the federal government trying to build an ICE detention center in our backyard. As we have seen across the country and in our community, that ICE and the federal government are illegally detaining and deporting people to whatever means necessary. Voting yes to this grant is opening the door to ICE and the federal government to come into our community and collaborate with local sheriff and police. Do you really want to approve a program that requires the sheriff's office to coordinate with CBP under the operations order that is classified, meaning legislators and the public cannot review the terms? We do not know the strings that will be tied to this money with the climate of the federal government, and is the money really worth risking the lives of the people in our community that I serve on a daily basis, but you also do? I know a lot of you have voted yes in the past, before you knew the harm Customs and Border Patrol were causing, and before our agents shot Alex Preddy or others, and I'm sure there are more to come. You as legislators have the ability to say no and protect our community. Thank you.
Is there anyone here who would like to address either committee at this time?
Good evening, I'm a physician. I wanted to talk about the Stone Garden grant and tell you why you should vote no in the Ways and Means and for people that were in the public safety. Some of the money that the sheriff apparently spent to fix his website was in response to the community wanting to know whether simple things like was a judicial warrant going to be needed for ICE to search? And would it be signed by a judge or by an ICE agent? After spending their money, the sheriff then did the website, and I was told first, wait for the website to be done, and then you'll get all the answers. So his administrator called me and said, it's all ready, here you go. We spent 40 minutes. I'm a doctor, I'm not terrible at the computer. And we got to page, I think it was 4, down 4, and there it is. Police are going to follow the law. Nothing better than that. I said, okay, judicial warrants. It was about there's going to be a warrant, nothing about who signs it. And so the administrator on the phone with me, I said, that's why I asked a few months ago. So no answer. I directly was told, write to the sheriff because we can't answer that. We don't know what kind of signature on the warrant. And I never got any response. So I think before you vote, you should find out what they're going to do. Because to me, that looks like the sheriff is full of lies, misleading, and I've seen it before. So before you vote, get that answer. Find out what kind of warrant and who's signing it. It's simple, right? And they spent all that money. I don't know, the Stone Garden I thought was only $160,000, right? How much did they spend on that? Am I wrong? I mean, this is not that much money to be allowing for all these lies to continue. This is ridiculous. Okay, my story is Willie taken March 25th, collusion with RPD, no due process. The federal agents lied saying, oh, they had his brother's name. No, they didn't. It didn't exist. Secondly, he's bonded. Not allowed to be paid bond, another failure of due process. I tried to pay, couldn't. Third, habeas corpus, magistrate judge says, habeas corpus cleared, yes, let him out. The judge in New Mexico will not.
I gotta yell. I was a teacher too, really yell at people. Do we have another speaker? Yes, Kelly.
Good evening. I wasn't planning on speaking this evening, but in light of the vote that lifted this grant out of committee, I wanted to read, and I don't know if I'll get through the whole thing, someone else's testimony from another community. One of the first speakers, The U.S. Army brought the leading citizens of Ohrdruf to turn the facility, which turned out to be part of the Buchenwald network of concentration camps. A U.S. Army colonel told the German civilians who viewed the scenes without muttering a word that they were to blame. One of the Germans replied that what happened in the camp was done by a few people, and you can't blame us all. And the American, who could have been any one of our grandfathers, said, this was done by those that the German people chose to lead them, and all are responsible. The morning after the mayor of Ohrdruf killed himself, and maybe he did not know the full extent of the outrages that were committed in his community, but he knew enough. Now, we don't know exactly what is in this agreement because it's confidential, but we know enough. We know that ICE is harming our community. We know that the customs enforcement and officers are, sorry, I am so frustrated over this. We know enough. We know that they are causing harm. We have an obligation to vote no when we know that there is something that can hurt our citizens. We don't need $160,000 for surveillance cameras or additional overtime. If there's something that we truly need, come to us with what is needed, and we can decide as a community. Don't use this as a backdoor. Thank you.
Any other speakers? Forum is closed. I declare the public forum closed.
Thank you, Chairman Mafucci. The next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. Members of the Recreation and Education Committee, you have the minutes from the May 18, 2026 meeting before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day.
Members of the Ways and Means Committee, you have the minutes from the May 19th, 2026 and June 22nd, 2026 meetings before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day.
The next item on the agenda is new business. Legislators, please note the asterisk and italicized print on your agenda for items requiring action by both committees. Madam Clerk, please read the item to be considered by both committees.
Referral number 26-0229, authorize a contract with Colliers Engineering and Design Architecture, Landscape Architecture, Surveying, CTPC, for professional design services for the Henrietta County Park Master Plan Improvements Project.
Moved by Majority Leader Udelson, seconded by Legislator Stefferson. Is there any discussion? Yes, Legislator Sinclair.
Through the chair, were there any other respondents to the RFP?
Is the legislator's mic on?
Now it is. Through the chair. Were there any other respondents to the RFP?
Mr. Chairman, there were 9 consultant respondents to this RFP solicitation. 3 were shortlisted, with 2 of them being ranked, and Colliers was selected with a ranking score of 92.
Thank you. I yield.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Okay, now, members of my committee, our committee, it's not mine, Recreation and Ed, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Members of the Ways and Means Committee, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries.
You want to give them the opportunity to discuss next time.
Yes, we do need movers from each committee. We've got a mover from Ways and Means and a seconder from Rec and Ed.
That's a good point. All right. I was just trying to be nice. So the prior referral needs to be moved and seconded by members of the Rec and Ed Committee, and we don't have many of them live. So is this require a motion to reconsider, or can we just correct the record, Mr. Parliamentarian? So we can cure the record. We're going to cure the record, and then we'll go forth through the procedure.
I'll second it.
So we have a motion from Legislator Sinclair, which we deeply appreciate, and a second from Legislator Chardy. Is there any discussion from the members of the Recreation and Education Committee? Hearing none, signify approval by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Next item.
Well, no, now your committee
But
needs to go.
we did Ways and Means.
Legislator Stefferson is not a member of Ways and Means. Thank you. All right,
All right, so moved by Legislator Udelson, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons
and McCabe.
and McCabe. I appreciate that. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Maybe we need little badges saying what committee we're on, but thank you. Next item, please.
Referral 26-0230, acceptance of a grant from the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation for the Snowmobile Trails Grant and Aid Program, and authorized contracts with the Hilton Snowflyers, Inc., Webster Ridge Runners Snowmobile Club, Inc., Salmon Creek Snowmobile Club, Inc., and Hill and Gully Riders, Inc., for the development and maintenance of trails.
Rec and Ed goes first.
Yeah. Motion by legislator Stefferson, second. We want these snowmobiles on trails, so we have a second. Thank you, Legislator Sinclair with the second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
And now from the Ways and Means Committee, the item is moved by Legislator Udelson, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. At this time, are there any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 26-0231, amend Resolution 151 of 2022 to accept additional funding from the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation for the Zoos, Botanical Gardens, and Aquariums Program Grant.
Moved by legislator Stefferson. Second by legislator Chardy. Any discussion? Hearing none, signify approval by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
And now from the Ways and Means Committee, the item is moved by Legislator Udelson, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Are there any questions or comments at this time? Seeing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Item carries. Next item.
Referral 26-0235, acceptance of a grant from the New York State Education Department for a New York 250 themed fall festival.
Moved by legislator Sinclair, seconded by legislator Stefferson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
And now from the Ways and Means Committee, the item is moved by Legislator Udelson, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Any questions or comments at this time? Seeing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
I think that's it.
That's it.
For Chairman Burgess, yeah.
Yeah.
Chairman Baines.
Are there any other matters to come before the Recreation Education Committee, Madam Clerk?
No, there's not.
Okay, so there being no other matters, the July 28, 2026 meeting of the Recreation Education Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of our committee will be held on Monday, August 24th at 6 p.m., and I'm out of here.
Legislator Baines, you are a member of the Ways and Means Committee, just so you are aware. Okay?
We'll let Legislator Baines get to his seat. We will now proceed with the rest of the Ways and Means Committee meeting. We will now continue with the rest of the agenda for the Ways and Means Committee members. The next item on the agenda is new business. Madam Clerk, please read the next item.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we consider the agenda as a whole except for items number 224, 228, and 233.
Moved by Legislator Udelson, seconded by Legislator Smith. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral number 26-0224, authorize a contract with Center for Governmental Research for the Conflict Defenders Office recruitment planning.
Moved by Legislator Barnhart, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Two nays. Do you want to do roll call?
Legislator Keller and McCabe,
Okay, we're good.
noted.
Item carries. Next item. Do-
8-2, referral passes. All right.
Next item.
Referral number 26-0228, acceptance of a grant from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services for the Operation Stone Garden Program and authorize intermunicipal agreements with the towns of Greece, Arundecoit, and Webster.
Move it.
Moved by legislator Udelson, seconded by legislator McCabe and legislator Dondorfer. Any discussion? Legislator Udelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to take a minute to explain my vote. As has been stated earlier, Monroe County's been participating in this program for 17 years. The funds reimburse the Sheriff's Department and by extension the taxpayers for work that the Sheriff's Department considers to be important duties as part of their responsibility to provide for public safety. That is not my characterization, rather it is on information provided to all legislators by Chief Deputy Fowler. He explained that, quote, operational activities are focused on providing increased police presence in areas along the international border, which is Lake Ontario, and efforts are made to maintain a visible deterrence in order to prevent drugs, weapons, and human trafficking, as well as the prevention of and response to terrorism-related threats and events. That seems reasonable and something most people would support. Normally, this matter should be pretty straightforward, but we live in fraught times. Federal leaders have weaponized issues of immigration and public safety and have directed federal law enforcement officials, not trained at the same level as our Monroe County Sheriff's Office deputies, to conduct aggressive and random immigration enforcement operations, too often with harmful or even tragic consequences. Some scenes that we never would have considered just a short number of years ago now appear on the evening news all too often. I do not support those actions at all. So I totally understand the position of community members who want us to vote against this funding, and I respect the position of my colleagues who have deliberated about this and feel they need to vote against it. However, for me, I return to the assurances provided by Chief Deputy Fowler. The agreement does not obligate the Sheriff's Office to conduct immigration enforcement activities. The agreement actually points out that local agencies are not empowered to enforce Title VIII immigration law. And as was stated earlier, New York state law prohibits the Sheriff's Office from immigration enforcement duties. Federal agencies can't direct the Sheriff's Office to specific tasks that they might otherwise not engage in. And I note that this has been in place for 17 years. This is not a new agreement or seeking to change what's in place, but rather us getting reimbursed for what we've been doing for many years and what we would continue to do, as I understand it, whether we had the funding or not. So in simple terms, if we don't accept this funding, the Sheriff's Office would continue to perform the same duties, and the cost of replacing the funding would be borne by the taxpayers we represent. So I will be voting yes. Thank you.
Legislator Barnhart.
Thank you. Through the chair to the administration, if I recall, you have to apply for these funds, correct?
Through the chair, Chief Deputy Fowler. That's correct. The award letter goes to the county first, but then we follow up with an application after that.
Through the chair to the administration, in years past, you have provided us with that application. Can you do that again?
Through the chair, yes.
Through the chair to the administration, I'm just going to ask, what did you apply for? Usually there are specific equipment needs or that kind of thing. So what are we going to see on that application?
Through the chair, I apologize, it's a multi-page document, and it's all blended together with different police agencies. But the Monroe County Sheriff's portion is a significant portion of overtime reimbursement to include salary and fringe, and an equipment request for ATV.
Thank you. I would like to explain my vote. To me, this vote is about trust. In order to accept these funds, you have to trust President Trump and you have to trust Sheriff Baxter. I don't trust either one of them. On President Trump, federal immigration officers, including Customs and Border Patrol, are violating the rights of immigrants at an unprecedented scale. Mass detention, violence, revoking legal status, rounding up people who've committed no crimes, arresting people with pending asylum cases, throwing people into prisons for months on end without adequate medical care or food, in some cases not even beds, leaving them there. These are not normal times. The times we are in require us to stand up and say that we will not cooperate with these agencies no matter the guardrails, because here's the thing, there are no guardrails. When CBP shoots and kills someone, when they kill one of our neighbors, there will be no investigation. There will be no accountability. And on Sheriff Baxter, he said two things in the supplemental materials that were given to the legislature. He said, quote, well, Chief Deputy Fowler said this, but to me the buck stops at the top, that there was no intention to conduct immigration enforcement with these dollars. He also said in a personal letter to legislators that he was committed to transparency. The problem here is he's been saying that for a long time, while his officers consistently turn people over to Customs and Border Patrol. And how do we know that? Because he made legislators file a FOIL, an open records request, to get all of the interactions with CBP over the last year. And that's how we found out what was going on for many months. And at the same time, the sheriff's office was turning people over to CBP, including a high school kid. He sent his PR people into the community to placate us, to provide assurances that he wasn't actually doing that. Sheriff Baxter has been playing both sides ever since Trump took office. It is such cynical politics, and we should not allow ourselves to be played. Consider the fact that in February, Sheriff Baxter changed the office's policy for how it interacts with immigrants. It is a much better policy, but nobody knows about it because there was no public announcement, and he didn't even put his name on it. And to this day, it's not even on the Monroe County Sheriff's Department's website. The old one is still there. That is not transparency. Oh, and by the way, we had to get that policy through filing a FOIL. And then there's the question of values. This is the same sheriff who in April attended a press conference in Albany with Republican sheriffs. Baxter was the only enrolled Democrat there, demanding that Governor Hochul not take away their 287G agreements, which we don't even have one here. He wanted the ability to collaborate with federal immigration agents, and he stood there with Republican sheriffs demanding that they still have that right. When people show you who they are, you should believe them. And finally, this issue of transparency, the sheriff has been refusing to turn over records on the jail trust fund, on phone and tablet revenue. I have filed a FOIL on that. I've been asking for more than a year for these records. More than a year. And I know why he won't turn them over, and he knows why he won't turn them over. And I will be asking this body next month to please force transparency on that office. We have a right to know. Taxpayers have a right to know. But to suggest that he's committed to transparency is simply not backed up by the record. I do not trust Donald Trump. I do not trust Sheriff Baxter. The evidence before us shows that we should not collaborate with this agency. So I will be voting no.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote?
Ms. Barnhart.
No.
Ms. Barnhart votes no. Ms. Bartholomew McCoy.
Yes.
Ms. Bartholomew McCoy votes yes. Mr. Baines. Mr. Baines votes yes. Mr. Colby is excused. Mr. Dondorfer. Mr. Dondorfer votes yes. Mr. Keller. Mr. Keller votes yes. Mr. McCabe. Mr. McCabe votes yes. Ms. Smith. Ms. Smith votes yes. Ms. Vasquez Simmons? Ms. Vasquez Simmons votes no. Mr. Udelson? Mr. Udelson votes yes. Chairman Mafucci?
Yes.
Chairman Mafucci votes yes. 8-2, referral passes.
Next item.
Referral 26-0233, authorize a contract with Brown & Brown Insurance Services, Inc. to act as insurance broker of record for the County of Monroe.
Moved by Legislator Udelson, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? There being no other matters, the July 28th, 2026 meeting of the Ways and Means Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Ways and Means Committee will be held Tuesday, August 25th, 2026 at 6 p.m.